I had to go on a work trip this past week, and if you know me, you know I'm directionally challenged. But anyway, there's always the stress of driving in new places. But this particular evening, I was trying to get to across the road, and there was thankfully a red light. But the thing was, the sun was so bright, literally so bright, that I couldn't see anything. And because I'm short, and because the sun visor wasn't long enough, there was this complete gap in my vision that I couldn't see anything. So I literally had to sit in traffic like this to be able to block the sun that was so bright that's coming through. I thought about that a lot, and about how that, you've heard the old cliche or saying, blinded by the light. And I think about how powerful that light, that sunlight, was beaming down into my car through my windshield and skewing my vision. I thought about God and how He is the light, and that if I didn't block my vision of the sun, I couldn't really see anything around me or be focused on anything around me because it was so blinding. And I think sometimes we try to block the light, the ray of hope, the love that He has. We try to block Him because there are things going on in the world, and when we block Him, we are more aware, seeing everything. We're more focused on the things that are around us instead of Him. Now, I know that we don't need to be blinded to be able to drive and all that, but I just thought so much about how that we work so hard sometimes to put a shield up to not be blinded by His light. But when you think about everything that's going on in the world, chaos, just so much hate and unforgiveness and all these things, I just want to be blinded by His light. The other thing about that is, if we make our heart to reflect Him, so imagine if I'd put a mirror in front of me, I could reflect that light anywhere I wanted to. And isn't that kind of what we're supposed to be? It's not about us, it's about who's in us. It's about literally being able to, as like a mirror, to take that beam of light and just forecast it other places. And one thing about it is, I was not able to see the other cars or traffic or things that could be stressful when I was not shielding my eyes from the light. And in the spiritual sense of all this, I don't want to shield my heart and my life from His wonderful, beautiful, bright light. The thing about it is, when we're so focused on that light, it literally overcomes everything else around us. It makes it impossible to see the things around us. And your vision even gets blurry by looking at the light so much. But the thing is, if we're so focused on the light, these things down here that upset us and cause us to go down the rabbit hole and just continually harbor things, we can't see them if we don't try to shield ourselves from His light. So today, may we all be encouraged to be blinded by His light, so that it absolutely fades out everything around us that is not beneficial, that is not necessary. May we also understand that at the end of the day, will what we're dealing with at this very moment really matter? What really matters is our heart, the way we reflect Christ in our life, how we're going to depend on Him for our strength, our love, our security, how we're going to get from one season to the next, all being led by His light. Also, who doesn't love a good flashlight in the dark? When there is darkness, cannot consume the light, but the light always sends hope in the middle of anything. I think I read once, and don't quote me on this, but you can see a candle flame or a light like a mile away with our eyes. That is the power of the light. That is the power also of God, spiritually speaking, in our life. So today, may you be blinded by His light.